Imagine walking into a main dealership, signing a brutal finance agreement for £40,000 and driving away in a brand new car. Winter arrives in the UK, the frost hits the windscreen, the temperature drops below zero, so you reach down to turn on the heated seats. The physical button is sitting right there on the center console. You press it, but instead of feeling warmth, a message pops up on your high-definition infotainment system. The screen is demanding £16.50 a month to unlock the heating elements you already bought. This is not a dystopian concept from a science fiction film. This is exactly what the European automotive industry is actively doing to drivers right now. They are installing physical hardware onto the assembly line, bolting it into the chassis, wiring it into the battery, and then hiding it behind a digital paywall. They are legally forcing you to pay a monthly ransom just to use the components physically residing inside your own car. And that is just the absolute tip of the iceberg. We are talking about manufacturers electronically restricting your physical steering rack until you pay an annual subscription. We are talking about locking actual horsepower behind a yearly fee across the Atlantic. We are talking about locking actual horsepower behind a yearly fee across the Atlantic. We are talking about manufacturers hitting a digital reset button when you sell the car, wiping the system so they can charge the second-hand owner for the exact same physical hardware all over again. If you are as furious as I am about an industry that treats your driveway like a rolling ATM machine, smash that subscribe button right now. We are exposing the exact brands charging you rent for hardware you already own, the digital reset scam destroying the second-hand market, and why the UK consumer protection laws are completely failing to stop them. To understand how this extortion model became normalized, we have to look at the manufacturer that aggressively tested the waters. BMW caused an absolute global uproar when they rolled out their connected drive digital store. They decided that standard automotive hardware was no longer a physical feature you bought outright. It was a digital service you rented from their corporate servers. BMW began offering UK customers the option to activate their heated front seats for £16.50 a month, £165 annually, or a massive £649 for a so-called lifetime unlock. Let us break down the absolute mechanical absurdity of this situation. When BMW built that car on the production line in Germany, they did not build two different types of seats to save money on the base models. Every single vehicle rolled off the line with the complex copper heating mats physically stitched into the leather upholstery. Every single car had the heavy wiring looms plugged in. Every car had the fuses, the electrical relays, and the physical dashboard buttons installed. As the owner, you paid the manufacturing cost of that hardware in the base price of the vehicle. You carried the physical weight of those dormant components around every single day, marginally reducing your fuel economy. But the central computer deliberately severed the electrical connection between the button on your dashboard and a heating mat beneath you. The car essentially held its own hardware hostage until you established an active credit card mandate with a server in Munich. The public backlash was absolutely nuclear. Drivers were completely disgusted by the sheer corporate greed on display. Because of that massive outcry, BMW eventually backtracked and issued a press release announcing they would stop charging subscriptions for heated seats. But here is the thing the motoring press completely missed. The backtrack was a highly calculated public relations stunt. BMW dropped the heated seats because of the bad optics, but they kept the exact same paywall architecture firmly in place for dozens of other physical features. Right now, in 2026, if you buy a modern BMW, you still have to pay £10 a month or £100 a year just to activate Adaptive High Beam Assist. The highly advanced LED matrix hardware is already physically installed inside the headlight cluster. The forward-facing cameras are already mounted securely behind the rearview mirror. The car is mechanically and optically fully capable of dipping the high beams around oncoming traffic, but BMW forces the headlights to operate like cheap halogen bulbs from the 1990s unless you pay the monthly digital ransom. They also do the exact same thing with the adaptive M suspension and built-in dashcam hardware. The precedent was set, and the rest of the industry immediately followed. If you thought charging for heated seats was an insult, Mercedes-Benz looked at the subscription model and turned it into outright mechanical sabotage. To see exactly how far they are willing to push this, we have to look at their North American operations, because it exposes the exact business model they want to bring to the UK. When an American customer purchases an electric Mercedes EQE or EQS, they are buying a vehicle powered by highly advanced electric motors. From the factory, those electric motors and the heavy high-voltage battery pack are physically capable of generating maximum horsepower. But Mercedes deliberately throttled the inverter software. They digitally handicapped the car before it even left the factory gates. To unlock the remaining horsepower that the physical motors are already entirely capable of producing, the owner has to purchase an acceleration increase subscription. Mercedes charges North American owners an incredible $1,200 a year just to access the performance they already bought. Paying this fee shaves a full second off the 0 to 60 time and unlocks up to 80 extra horsepower. They are not sending a mechanic to your house to install a large motor. They are not upgrading the battery cooling system. They are simply sending an over-the-air software handshake that tells the car it's finally allowed to use its own drivetrain. Now, UK drivers are currently protected from this specific acceleration ransom, but not because Mercedes grew a conscience. Mercedes officially confirmed they could not offer the acceleration increase subscription in the UK or Europe strictly due to their strict homologation regulations. European law currently heavily restricts altering engine or motor output over the air after the vehicle has been certified. But do not think for a second that Mercedes left the UK market alone. They simply found another mechanical component to hold hostage. They revolutionized how they charge for steering components. On the flagship EQS model sold right here in Britain, the vehicle comes factory fitted with highly complex rear wheel steering hardware. The rear steering rack, the heavy electronic actuators, and the steel tie rods are physically bolted to the rear subframe. Mechanically, that hardware is fully capable of turning the rear wheels up to 10 degrees, massively reducing the turning circle and making the massive saloon incredibly agile in tight city centers. What nobody expected was the digital restriction Mercedes applied. If you buy the standard car, the computer physically limits the rear steering actuators to just 4.5 degrees of lock. The physical steering rack hits a digital wall. If you want the physical components to move the remaining 5.5 degrees, you have to pay Mercedes a massive annual subscription fee. You are literally paying a monthly direct debit to allow a steel rod to move an extra inch inside a steering rack you already own. The European luxury brands are not the only ones attempting to turn your car into a monthly utility bill. Toyota, a brand historically synonymous with sensible, no-nonsense reliability and respecting their customer base, recently proved they are fully committed to the subscription trap. Toyota sparked a massive scandal regarding their remote start functionality. For years, owners could press the lock button on their physical key fob 3 times to remotely start the engine on a freezing cold winter morning. The key fob uses a standard radio frequency signal to communicate directly with the receiver physically wired inside the car. It is a closed, localized hardware loop. It does not require a cellular connection, it does not bounce off a satellite, and it costs Toyota absolutely nothing to operate once the car leaves the factory. But Toyota decided to tie that physical, localized button press to their cloud-based connected services package on models built from 2018 onwards. They demanded owners pay an $8 monthly subscription fee, roughly £6 a month, just to use the radio frequency fob standing in their own driveway. When the news broke, the motoring community erupted. The sheer audacity for charging a monthly fee for a feature that relies entirely on local radio waves, rather than server infrastructure, exposed the raw greed of the business model. Toyota claimed it was an unintentional overlap of their digital services, but the reality is crystal clear. They realized they had millions of drivers hooked on the convenience of a warm car in December, and they attempted to monetize a physical button press. While they eventually walked back the requirement for some older vehicles following the outrage, their newest models heavily integrate digital key functionality straight into the paid Toyota app. They are actively forcing you into a tiered subscription ecosystem just to operate basic convenience features. The Scandinavian brands, famous for their consumer safety image, are playing the exact same game under a slightly different guise. Volvo and their electric sister brand Polestar have completely mastered the art of the performance hostage fee in the UK market. If you own a Polestar 2 long-range dual motor, you possess a highly capable electric vehicle. But just like Mercedes, the manufacturer digitally throttles the output of the inverters. Polestar offers a performance software upgrade through their digital shop. The cost sits at a staggering £575 to £975, depending on the promotional period. What exactly do you get for nearly £1,000? You do not get better brakes. You do not get upgraded suspension components. You receive a digital download that instructs the electric motors to release an extra 68 horsepower and 20 Newton meters of torque. The hardware was always capable of this output. Polestar dresses this up by sending you a pair of physical stickers in the post to put on your front doors, and a small badge for the front grille. They are desperately attempting to create the illusion that you purchased a physical, tangible upgrade, rather than simply paying a ransom to unlock the motors sitting under the floor pan. Volvo does the exact same thing with their internal combustion engines through their Polestar engineered optimization packages. For £575, they will send a software flash to your D5 diesel engine that unlocks the mid-range torque. The physical hardware is completely unchanged. The turbocharger is exactly the same. The fuel injectors are exactly the same. The manufacturer simply built an engine, artificially restricted its breathing, and now charges you £500 to remove the digital gag. This brings us to the absolute darkest, most lucrative aspect of the entire hardware subscription model, the digital reset scam. Historically, the used car market operated on a very simple, honest premise. If the original owner walked into a dealership in 2010 and paid £2,000 to add heated leather seats and satellite navigation to the spec sheet, those features stayed with the car forever. When that original owner sold the car 5 years later, the second-hand buyer benefited from the upgraded hardware. It increased the residual value of the vehicle, and the manufacturer had absolutely nothing to do with the second-hand transaction. The subscription model completely destroys that paradigm. Today, these features are no longer permanently tied to the vehicle's physical chassis. Now, let us be entirely accurate here. If you pay the extortionate £650 lifetime unlock ransom for a feature, yes, BMW and Mercedes terms dictate that the feature permanently attaches to the vehicle identification number. It will transfer to the next owner. But the manufacturers know exactly how the modern car market works. The vast majority of first owners lease their cars on 3-year PCP deals. They are absolutely not going to pay a massive £649 lifetime fee for a car they have to hand back in 36 months. They take the cheaper option. They pay the £16 monthly subscription. And that is where the trap snaps shut. Because those monthly and yearly subscriptions are tied exclusively to the primary user's digital account. They do not transfer. When that lease ends and the car goes to the second-hand market, the manufacturer hits a digital reset button. The software completely wipes the vehicle back to its base factory settings. The second owner buys the car, drives it home, reaches for the heated seat button or the high beam assist, and gets hit with the exact same paywall the first owner faced. This is an absolute masterclass in corporate extortion. The manufacturer gets to sell the exact same copper heating element, the exact same high beam camera, and the exact same rear wheel steering rack twice, 3 times, or 4 times over the entire lifespan of the car. They never have to mine the raw materials again. They never have to run the assembly line again. They simply wipe the software and charge the next victim a monthly rental fee for the hardware that is already 5 years old and actively degrading. It is the exact equivalent of buying a second-hand house, and the original builder showing up at your front door demanding a monthly subscription fee to use the radiators that are already bolted to the walls. You might be wondering how this is entirely legal in the United Kingdom. The uncomfortable truth is that the UK consumer protection laws are currently miles behind the technology, and the manufacturers are exploiting a massive legal grey area. Under the Consumer Rights Act 2015, any goods you purchase must be of satisfactory quality and fit for purpose. If you buy a car with physical heating elements in the seats, you would reasonably expect them to work. But the automotive corporate lawyers have completely redefined what you are actually buying when you sign the contract. When you buy the car, the fine print explicitly states that you are purchasing the base level hardware architecture. The manufacturer argues that the unactivated heating mats or the restricted steering racks are simply dormant infrastructure. They claim they are doing you a massive favor by streamlining the manufacturing process and giving you the flexibility to upgrade your car later in life. They legally separate the physical goods from the software service required to operate them. The Financial Conduct Authority and local trading standards offices are currently paralyzed by this distinction. They know it feels like a massive scam, but because the manufacturers disclose the subscription terms deep within the digital terms and conditions, it is incredibly difficult to prosecute as deceptive practice. This absolute corporate greed has triggered a massive underground retaliation. We are now seeing the birth of the automotive hacking industry. Drivers are absolutely refusing to pay the ransom. Instead, they are turning to OBD smartphone apps like BimmerCode or hiring remote coders on internet forums. For as little as £40, a coder will remote into your laptop, bypass the manufacturer's secure gateway via the OBD port, and generate a permanent unlock code. They turn the heated seats on permanently. They activate the Apple CarPlay. They completely obliterate the paywall. But here is the massive catch. The second you bypass that digital firewall, the manufacturer instantly voids your entire electrical and drivetrain warranty. If your infotainment screen crashes 6 months later, the dealer will plug their diagnostic machine in, see the unauthorized software handshake, and refuse the warranty claim entirely. The manufacturers have built a closed ecosystem where you either pay their extortionate monthly rent, or you risk completely destroying the financial protection on your £40,000 asset. The subscription model represents the absolute death of automotive ownership. You no longer buy a car, you simply license the right to use the metal parked on your own driveway. The manufacturers realized that building reliable cars meant they lost out on long-term revenue. Because electric vehicles require drastically less routine maintenance, no oil changes, no spark plugs, no timing belts, the dealerships are terrified of losing their lucrative after-sales profits. Subscriptions are their desperate, cynical solution. They are trying to turn your dashboard into a Netflix account so they can endlessly siphon money from your bank account long after the finance agreement is fully paid off. Your only defense is absolute refusal. Stop buying cars that require an email address and a password just to start the engine. Reject the vehicles that rely on central servers to operate physical hardware. The older, analog cars sitting on the used car market right now are the last true bastion of vehicle ownership. A 2012 hatchback where a physical button connects to a physical relay via a copper wire is a mechanical asset they cannot digitally switch off. What is the most ridiculous feature a manufacturer has ever tried to charge you for? Would you ever pay a monthly fee to unlock horsepower? Or do you rely on OBD apps to bypass the system? Drop your stories in the comments below. Every single comment helps expose the scale of this corporate greed, and this community is writing the manual for automotive independence, one comment at a time.